Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly for pricing. My email is tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a lovely Laurent Ferrier Galet Micro-Rotor. This watch, 40mm in white gold, features a luxurious lacquered black dial with radially arrayed Arabic numerals. Now the 40mm case is only 11.2mm thick in white gold, 47.5mm from lug tip to lug tip, and it has a 20mm spacing between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see it fits nicely. It is on the large side for a dress watch. That said, it's not huge or oversized by any means. You can appreciate the fact that it is quite slim and it will fit underneath the cuff because it's low slung and has a wonderfully domed top, so the dress cuff will slide right up and over the side. The watch has a reassuring substance to it. You can feel where the money went. Taking a quick look at the strap, you can see large rectangular scale alligator leather, black matte finish. We have a folded edge, a monotone stitch. There is a suede Alcantara material on the bottom, a nod to Laurent Ferrier the man's racing days. He was a race car driver in addition to watchmaker. You can appreciate that the buckle is anything but a default piece. They clearly wanted something that was flowing, organic, and sinuous to match the case. You can see it is Laurent Ferrier branded on the bottom. It is also of white gold. Now the timepiece includes a wonderful sort of pebble-like case, hence the name Galet, and it's supposed to appear as though it were smoothed in a babbling brook or a stream over eons. So we have this lovely integrated lug profile. We have a domed bezel atop the case. There's a little bit of an undertuck and a teardrop profile to the lugs, and then a vintage-inspired onion profile unsigned crown, as you might have found in the 40s, 50s, and 60s on dress watches. The dial, of course, features two different surfaces. We have the lacquered and polished majority base, and then we have a small, somewhat inset, concentric pattern on the small seconds. You'll appreciate that the font used for the numerals on the hour track matches the font used for the numerals on the small seconds. All the hands are white varnished assegai or spear shaped. Taking a quick look at the reverse side, we can appreciate that the detail here is as handsome as anything you'll find this side of Romain Gaultier. Though Laurent Ferrier is an établisseur, buying the best parts and then assembling them, this is very much their own movement, and they achieve that a couple of different ways. First, you can see that it's FBN 22901. So that's Ferrier, Barbacini, and Navas. The three principals. Ferrier speaks for itself, but Barbacini and Navas are the creators of La Fabrique du Temps, a LVMH haute horlogerie house that works with Laurent Ferrier on its movements. That's where the basic architecture came from, and I'm talking about the engineering architecture. The aesthetics were specified by Laurent Ferrier. Once the basic parts are complete, they're shipped over to Laurent Ferrier, where a finishing specialist takes all of the parts in hand and executes the decoration you see here. Finally, Laurent Ferrier watchmakers regulate this rather exotic machine, and it is exotic. The FBN 229 is a micro-rotor automatic with a single barrel and a 72-hour power reserve. You can see that the rotor is a guilloche cut, and it features a jeweled staff and a ratchet system, so there is almost no sound or a tangible motion when it's on the wrist. It is incredibly smooth and refined. Now, the balance beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and it actually has two nickel phosphorus escape wheels and no Swiss lever. There is no lever escapement here. It's a double direct impulse, much like the Breguet natural escapement of 1802. So each wheel impulses the balance directly, and then only in the balance's direction of travel. It is a free-sprung balance adjusted in a superior 6 positions, not the 5 of a standard chronometer. It has a free-sprung architecture for durability and precise setting, and then an overcoil hairspring to help it keep very consistent time in any physical position. You can see that overcoil profile right there. The double direct impulse escapement improves precision, reduces maintenance requirements, and extends the power reserve. It is a very sophisticated system, and the finish is outstanding. You could see the bridge for the balance. It's the half bridge. It's a balance cock, as well as the bridge for the rotor. They're both polished steel, mirror polished or black polished on their tops. You can see they've been elaborately beveled or anglage treated on their sides. Now, what really sets this apart is that we have 4 interior angles within the steel balance cock. You'll find a lot of Geneva hallmark movements that do not include even one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the one over the center wheel is particularly sharp. That inward angle where 2 bevels meet, one of the most difficult assignments for a finishing specialist. All screw heads are black polished with chamfered slots in circumference. We have particularly light, luminous, and broad stripes across the bridges laid down by abrasive wheel, and you can see well that the anglage, particularly on the bridges, is incredibly broad and mirrored the old-fashioned way, finished by hand. We have engine turning or perlage on the base plate, and that in 2 different sizes with satination on the wheels. All of this water resistant down to 30 meters. Aesthetically and technically proficient. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.